Hello my sweets, it's Keisha. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for choosing to watch my video. Today I'm tackling the Halloween version of the busted canvas trend using some printable designs I created, inspired by a decor piece I saw at Kirklands. Let's get started and turn this trend into some hauntingly fun decor. For this project I'll be using an 8x10 canvas. This is a stretched canvas. And then an 8x10 canvas board. I'll also be using 3 printouts, Mod Podge mat, Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. I have 3 little plastic spider rings. I'll also be using this clear Gorilla Glue. I have my canvases here and also my printouts, and these I actually printed on rice paper. They can most certainly be done just on regular printer paper as well, but I had it on hand for another project that I wanted to do, so I decided I was going to use this. These 2 I made on Canva, and I will see about making those available to you if you're interested as a printable. And this one I actually made on Cricut Design Space, or actually I just took an image from there and printed it out. And I'll see if I can get this one available. If not, you can Google like a free printable spider web background if you're interested in that. Okay, so what I want to do next is go ahead and apply these using Mod Podge. And I've already cut down the spider web one to go in the back of this. And this one is going to go on the canvas board, and this one goes on the front of the canvas. Now this image here also is inspired by one that I saw, a sign that I saw on the Kirklands site. It actually is a personalized one that you can have made. So that is kind of where I got this whole image from. It was inspired by one on Kirklands. So this one's down to the end, so I'm just going to turn this one upside down on here for a little bit and let it drain. And I'm going to start with this one here. So I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to do a layer of Mod Podge on the inside, back. And if I'm remembering correctly for this canvas here, I cut it down to, I believe it was like 6x8. I think so. I'm not sure, but you can easily measure it and then cut your paper down to the size that you need. So I'm going to put an even layer down on here. Okay. I'm just going to set this down inside. Tip it up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Just slide that over a little bit more, and then I'm just going to push it down. Okay. Alright, I've gotten that one pressed down, and I'm going to go ahead and set this aside to dry. Sorry, I have a couple of bubbles that are showing up here. I'm just going to try to push those out. Push down all my corners. Okay. So I'm going to set this one aside to dry, and then I'll be able to move on to, once it's dry, I'll turn it over and put this one on this side. So let me just let that dry here. And then I'm going to move on to the hat portion. And would you believe all that time it was sitting there, nothing came down? So just get rid of it. So now for this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a nice layer over the whole canvas and then smooth it down. Smooth the paper down on top. Just want to make sure that you get the edges as well as you can. Okay, and so now I'm going to take this and just line it up at the bottom here. And I'm just going to start smoothing that down. It's going crooked. So I'm going to lift this corner a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to try to smooth out all of the bubbles here that are underneath. Make sure I get my edges. And I've got ink coming off on my fingers, so I need to be careful. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and let this dry down. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this one off camera because you just saw me do it twice. And then I'll be back with the next step. The Mod Podge is now dry, so next what I'm going to do is start by cutting some slits in here first, just because I know what I'm like, and I'm afraid that I might go a little too far with the scissors. So I did mark some little lines on here to help me, to guide me as to where to cut. I don't know that that's a necessary step. I've only seen this done a couple of times as far as actually watching the video, or watching a video of it, but I've seen plenty of thumbnails, and I thought this was just such a cute idea. So I'm going to cut to where my guidelines stop here just as an initial, using my blade here and possibly scissors. But yes, I did do guidelines to help me. And I did about 2 inches from the, where to stop, 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom. And then in from the corners, I did about 3 inches as my starting point. If I need to cut it more to be able to see the image in the back, then I will do so. Oh no! My little paper's getting shredded in the back. Well, we're here now. I'm going to keep going. Okay. So the little paper that I used is shredding off the back, but there's nothing I can do about that now. We're already here. So next what I'm going to do is glue this down, glue these together, I should say, like this. And I'm going to be using the Gorilla glue, and then I'm also going to be using some hot glue to help with that. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to put some in the corners here and a little bit out. And now I'm just going to take my hot glue on this one and just kind of put it in the areas where I don't have the permanent adhesive. Okay, and And then I'm going to go ahead and stick these together. Okay. Make sure that your images are facing in the right directions, because I didn't do that just now, but they lined up. So now, if you've seen the videos before, what we can do now is go ahead and start curling back our image. And yes, I do need to go ahead and cut these further. So I'm going to just come in here, being careful not to gouge out the back. And just cut that a little bit closer to the edge. I just want to be able to see my little sign back there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these down. And I'm just going to use a little hot glue for that. I'm going to make sure to hold it in place because this canvas is a little bit strong. So I just want to make sure the glue has had time to cool down so it doesn't flip back open. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. Next, what I'm going to do is take these little spiders. I did get them in a pack of 40 from Walmart for 98 cents. And I'll be sending the rest to school with my baby for his little class. And I'm going to go ahead and take the ring part off. So I'm going to cut this. Cut it down a little bit. And just so the line isn't showing as much, I'm going to take my blade here and just carefully cut it down. If you're doing this, please be careful. And Dollar Tree does have the little spiders that you can use. I think it's like 6 or 8 of them in a pack for $1.25, but they're a little bit bigger and they have a jewel in them. Right. And since I think I'm going to set one up in here like it's coming down. And I am going to use a little bit of this, since it's plastic, this Gorilla Glue. So I won't have any problems with it popping off in the future. I'm just going to put a dab of that on there and a little bit of hot glue in the tail part or the back part, and I'm just gonna stick that right there. He's peeking out, and let's put one here. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Set him down right here. And I think that one will look pretty cute right here. So I am going to try to get, oh, okay. I was going to try to just get a little bit of that glue, but it looks like we have more than I needed. I'm just going to use the back of a paintbrush to take some of that off. And then I'm going to just put another little dot of hot glue, since this is kind of on the edge, and that'll help that little guy stay until the permanent adhesive dries. So this is my version of the trending busted canvas, and stay tuned for final pictures. I plan to lean mine, but a hanger can easily be added for it to be hung on a wall. Well, that's it for today's DIY. I hope you enjoyed my Halloween twist on the busted canvas trend. Don't forget to like if you haven't already, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Halloween decor ideas. See you in the next video.